Why you should set intentionally unrealistic goals. I'm sure you've heard the saying, if you shoot for the moon, you land on the stars. And that's a perfect representation of this right here. If you set the standards high, you're going to achieve more than you ever would have just doing the bare minimum. And a lot of people just do the bare minimum. They don't have high standards for themselves. They don't need to wake up at this time every day. They don't need to work out every day. They don't need to eat healthy every day. They don't need to discipline themselves every day. Like, people don't have standards for themselves, and this is why that everyone is just average, fat, broke, depressed, because you don't set standards for yourself and you're not disciplined with your actions. The more disciplined you are, the better your life is. The more disciplined you are, the better your life is. It's 100% a fact. And it's just, you start to realize, like, it makes the most sense of when you get to be more disciplined, you start to live a better life in every area of your life. So when you set these unrealistic expectations or like super high goals, it's not necessarily like you're training yourself for failure. You're like raising the bar upon yourself to achieve more. You know, like I said, you'll land on the stars if you shoot for the moon. Because it's true though, because your actions will you have to raise your level of actions with super high goals. You're gonna have to do a lot to achieve those goals. So meaning you're gonna do more than you would if you were just to set bare minimum standards. You wouldn't do anything. So, you know, this is also a problem, like when people make mistakes. This is also a huge problem. Let me explain this to you. If somebody makes a mistake, they don't discipline themselves, and they don't challenge. They don't say like, don't let this happen again. They just kind of let it, the mistake, and they keep making the same mistake. And it's like, you have to learn in life. You have to learn from your mistakes, never repeat them, and then keep going towards your goal. Like, this is the number one thing I learned, or one of the things I learned from Andy Frisella is, number one, to never give up, and number two, to learn from your mistakes and don't repeat that same mistake and keep moving forward. And this is why you just keep moving forward, keep going after your goals. You're gonna get there eventually. The problem is when people give up. The problem is when people quit. Like, then that is when your life kind of hits it's kind of like not as good as it should be. So it comes down to this discipline at the end of the day. It's always discipline. Always, always, always discipline. The more discipline you have, the better your life is. It's like, there's no better way to put it than you being disciplined equals a better life. There's no better way to say it. And the reason why is because discipline equals happiness. And the more strict you are on yourself, the happier you'll be. The more you let yourself get away with things, you let yourself get away with eating this, you let yourself get away with sleeping in. The more you let yourself get away with these things, the less happy you're going to be. And that's just how we are wired as human beings. You know, I don't believe that this is just something that's wired for me. I believe this is all human beings. I mean, this is why you have fat people that are unhappy. You can't be fat and be happy. It's just impossible. So, I mean, my mindset is definitely different than the average individual, but whoever said I wanted to be average. But this is the thing, is like, if everyone had this mindset, if everyone said, you know what, look, none of us can be fat. If everyone said, you know what, there's no off days, let's be disciplined, let's go after our goals. That's another thing too, is everyone's got different goals. Everyone has different goals that they're after. So this is why people are doing different things. So the person who's fat, and they may say, oh, it's not that important to be jacked, which is pretty true, because that's the most amazing thing about life, is that you get to choose like what you direct your energy towards. So obviously the fat guy, he doesn't care about going to the gym, doesn't care about eating healthy. It doesn't really matter to him that much, because the thing about life is if you really want it to happen, you'll make it happen. So it's like the guy who's fat, he just doesn't care. Like, doesn't want to be jacked, doesn't care about fitness, which is fine. You just can't complain that you're fat if you choose to do different things. I mean, because that's what people do. They choose to put their energy and their time towards different things that aren't the gym and eating healthy. So they won't get the desired result because you're not putting the energy and time into said thing that will get that result. Wherever your energy and time goes, that's where money flows. That's where your energy, that's where everything flows once you put your energy and time into it. I hope this video helped you out. If it did, like, comment, subscribe. We'll see you in the next one.